Body of teenager retrieved from Lake Albert. Exiled Tanzanian politician Lissu due to return home. The news in detail. The Committee on Education has been tasked to expeditiously carry out investigations into same-sex vices in schools. This follows a directive given on the matter by Speaker Anita Mong on Wednesday, 18th January 2023. On Tuesday, 24th January 2023, Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayewa expressed concern over the deterioration of morals in schools. Tayewa said the report should be given urgent priority, noting that many schools and recruitment centers have been penetrated by the vice. Gilbert Olanya, Clark South County MP, said many parents in the country are worried for the safety of their children as they prepare to start their first term studies. In Salvatore, Bufumbira County East MP also suggested that a committee to audit the state of morality in Uganda should be put in place. Chelsea Bakabulindi, workers' representative, recommended that Parliament should task the Ministry of Internal Affairs to scrutinize, non-government organizations, NGOs in the country. The body of a teenager who drowned in Lake Albert in Hoima district has been retrieved. Fishermen recovered the body of 16-year-old Komakechi Obama around 8 p.m. on Monday. Obama, who was attached to Kiryamboga landing site in Buseruka sub-county, met his death around 4 a.m. on Sunday near Rintali landing site. He had reportedly gone on a fishing expedition together with Moliyo Omirambi on Saturday night, but their boat capsized after being hit by strong winds. Moliyo managed to sweep up to the shores. Becca Ogen, the LC1 chairperson of Rintali landing site, told Liberty FM on Tuesday morning that the body was retrieved by fellow fishermen. Julia Sakeza, the Albertine Region Police spokesperson, says that the body has already been handed over to the relatives for burial. Moving on, dear listener, government health facilities in Kabarole district are grappling with an acute shortage of drugs, as many of them last received supplies in August and September last year. The facilities have since resorted to referring patients to private health centers. In an interview with our reporter, the officer in charge of Nyantaboma Health Center 3, Jennifer Birongi, said they last received supplies from the National Medical Stores NMS on September 27th last year. She said the supplies were exhausted within 2 months. She said the facility is only conducting minor surgeries at the moment and major ones are referred to other facilities. In our business news, sponsored by Equity Bank, foodstuffs, food vendors operating from either side of the road at Dohaga roundabout in West Division, Hoima City, want the government to allocate them a permanent market to avoid frequent evictions from their selling places for other developments. The vendors say routine dislodgements disrupt their business enterprises and disposes them of their customers, thus affecting their financial stability. John Kigongo, the vice chairman of Dohaga Market, occupied by more than 140 vendors, says they have for years occupied and temporarily operated from private land that always see them displaced over time, yet the government is able to provide land for the construction of a permanent market. However, the West Division Mayor, Robert Rohigo Kyomohendo, says the division authorities have already identified a piece of land for the construction of a permanent market able to accommodate the vendors off the road where accidents are inevitable. You're still listening to Liberty FM News, proudly sponsored by MTN and Tendo Bakery Uganda Limited. This is from outside Uganda. Tanzania's former presidential candidate Tundu Lissu is expected to return to his home country on Wednesday from exile in Belgium. The opposition leader returns home after the government recently lifted a ban on political rallies and is expected to address supporters later in the afternoon. The ban imposed by former President John Magufuli in 2016 allowed only elected politicians to conduct rallies in their constituencies. Lissu was shot in 16 times in an assassination attempt in 2017 in the country's capital, Dodoma, and has spent most of the years since in Belgium. He then returned for a few months in 2020 to challenge Magufuli in a presidential election where he only secured 13% of the votes. To wind up our newscast this afternoon, dear listener, a recap of the top stories once again. Body of teenager retrieved from Lake Albert. Exiled Tanzanian politician Lissu due to return home. That is all I had for you this afternoon. Stay tuned because the program continues with Esther Akiiki.